I am going to explain how it all happened. It was on a weekend, and we were just sitting like whatever we are sitting now, and Adrian was sitting opposite me, and I could notice that when he was trying to stand up or walk, he couldn't. But he's a kid, like so many kids, that they do not like taking meds. So Adrian will not tell you whether he's in pain. So you have to really observe him and see, you know, like if there's something wrong. At first, I thought maybe he fell at school, and because it was a weekend, I could not call the school. But then I was like, well, I'll just wait for Monday to see what happens. And then when it came on Sunday, Ender could not, get up on his own, and he was all limping, and I was so worried. So I did call his the pediatrician, and they gave us an appointment for Monday. And his dad did take him for the appointment on Monday. I went to work, like how we do here, like the parents we have to work to make our ends meet. And then around 2, I got a call from his dad, and I thought they were coming back home, and he told me that they were sent to Children's Hospital. We've never been sent to Children's Hospital before. So I told him he can take him, but if they happen to get out of the hospital before me, I don't have to go to Boston. I got out of work at 3 p.m. and they were still at an emergency, so I had to go to Children's Hospital, and we stayed there until 3 a.m. The doctors were just doing test after test. At first, he was referred to the neurology department, and then they came later and they discharged him. They said that they didn't tell us really, like they are handing him over to oncology, but they told us that another doctor is gonna take look at him, and they're gonna do some tests. And then at 3 a.m., excuse me, that's when the doctor came, and he was like, I need to talk to the parents of Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he took us to a room. At the back of my mind, I had so many questions, like, why are we being called into a room? And we brought our son because he couldn't walk. We don't know if he fell. Did they do any X-ray? They're not giving us any results. So we were just in that boardroom with the doctor. Another one came, and
That's when they broke the news to us that Adrian has neuroblastoma, which is a form of cancer that affect little kids.
and it affects kids of 5 age and under. But Adrian was 6 years old. So they told us because of his age, it might have, progressed. So they said they're still gonna do more tests to see what was happening. But when the doctor broke the news to us, I felt like somebody just cringed my chest, and you are in that room, and you don't know what to expect, or you don't know where this came from. You don't have history of cancer, and both sides, my family and his family, we don't have that. That's something that it doesn't even click in your mind that your kid or anybody, can have that. I know people get sick, but those are some of these things you don't expect them to affect you, when you don't have the history. Anyways, he did start the treatment for neuroblastoma, a form of cancer that affects the nerve cell, and it can spread. And then we were referred to the oncology. He had to have his primary care team, and they're very awesome. So we met with the doctor, and his doctor did explain to us what it entails for a kid to have neuroblastoma, and also he did explain to us that for Adrian, the cancer seemed like it has spread, and they did diagnose him with a stage 4 high risk neuroblastoma with 60% survival rate. And but the doctor was still encouraging us that there is still light at the end of the tunnel, and they've seen so many kids with that form of cancer, which is very aggressive, but the kids get healed and they go into remission. And we, that time you're confused. You don't even know, you don't even know what you're doing. You just given the appointment and you're like, oh, we're just gonna go. And that's when our life changed. And we had to, come back. And we sat down and we were like, what are we gonna do now? We had not broke the news to anybody, and we decided that we will let our left friend know about it. So we did call her, and she came in, and we did explain to her, and that's how the word spread to other people. And as I was saying, when Adrian started his treatment, it involved like him being admitted in the hospital and having chemotherapy. And when you sit there and the doctor is telling you all the adverse effects that you get from the treatment, it breaks your heart. But we had to be strong, and we have people around us who have been supporting us and studying with us, and thank you so much for that, because only somebody who is going through that or who has gone through that can really understand. So Adrian started his chemotherapy, and he had 5 cycles of chemotherapy, and each time he would get the treatment, he had to be admitted. And then after that, they did surgery that took 7.5 hours, and to dissect the tumor that was on his right side. And we had awesome doctors that, because they were saying that his kidney might be affected, but the doctor was very careful, and he did an awesome job, and the kidney was saved. Then after surgery, Adrian had scans, and he was to go into stem cell transplant, but because of his progress and how his cancer had spread, and he was responding slowly to the treatment, they decided to do a treatment called MIBG therapy. And in that MIBG therapy, it's a room that your kid is locked in that room, and he is radioactive, and he's there for a week, and you have to wear protective gowns, and it was so traumatizing, but he had to go through it. And just see your kid that he's locked in a room and you can't go in that room, and if you have to go just 2 minutes.
It's only last year that he was diagnosed with that kind of cancer. It's very aggressive, spreading very fast, but the doctors have been able to contain it, and it's very expensive. Even the upkeep of the family, making it for the doctor's appointments. Some of the medical treatments are not covered by insurance. Some of the co-payments, the medications, they're very expensive. He's taking a whole cocktail of medications here. Please come and help the family. We've done it before. We can do it again. And keep praying for the family. We know that with God, all things are possible. Let's help kick cancer out. Right, Adrian?
Let's
Help kick cancer out. Let's help kick cancer out. Let's help kick cancer out. God bless you, and please support us. Thank you very much.